We're joined by New Mexico State head coach Mark Trakh. Coach, if you can just tell us a little bit about your team this year and expectations for the upcoming season.
Well, we're excited about the upcoming season. We get everybody back from last year's team, which includes the WAC Player of the Year, Brianna Freeman, first team All-WAC, Sasha Weber, first team All-WAC, Shanice Davis, and Mariah Mack, who was on the all-defensive team. So we get a lot of experience back, and we'll get some size of 6'4" Taisha Taylor and 6'3" Geneva Toitola. So I think we've got a good mixture now of size and athleticism and experience. So we're looking forward to it. We're taking it a practice at a time and just trying to get ready.
The Aggies head into the season with a big crimson bullseye right on your back. How does that change preparation headed into the year?
Well, we don't feel a bullseye on our back. You just gotta. You don't worry about expectations. Again, I think you just gotta concentrate on the process, and the process is just going out there and practicing every day, and then every game that's ahead of you, just playing that game, and we got to go out and give 100% like we did last year every game. But I say, well, I don't worry about expectations or anybody putting a bullseye on our back. I mean, there's a bullseye on everybody's back. I take it that everybody wants to beat everybody as badly as they want to beat anybody else. So I think that's the way we take it. There's no pressure. We're just going to do what we did last year and concentrate on the process and what's right ahead of us.
The women's game seeing some big changes this year with the switch from 2 20-minute halves to 4 10-minute quarters. What are your thoughts on the changes, and how do you think it'll affect the game?
I really don't know how it'll affect the game. I mean, there's going to be different strategies. I mean, you're going to have quick shots and at times 4 times a game instead of 2 times a game, and then the rule where the NBA rule where we can call timeout and advance the ball. There's going to be strategy in that. We really got to work on our sideline out of bounds, and we've really got to work on defending the sideline out of bounds. So that's something we're going to spend a lot of time with, because I think that's going to be really, really important. Close games can be won or lost with that rule, so we're really going to emphasize that in practice. But 4 quarters, that's international ball. The NBA 4 12-minute quarters. I mean, I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference.
You started last season 0-5 before winning 22 of 25 games. Was there a moment last season where it just clicked, and how do you learn from that heading into this year?
Yeah, 0-5. My one clicked when I put the for sale sign in front of my house, and I decided, now let's give it another chance and see if we can win the 6th one. We were 0-5, but we had some highly recruited kids, and they played as freshmen and as sophomores. And I think we just stayed with the process and knew eventually that that they would develop and learn how to play together. And then we beat a Division II team in our 6th game, and then we played our rival University of New Mexico in our 7th game, and that's the game that turned us around. We played well. We beat them for the first time since 2007. Kids started getting confidence and started winning games. So again, I just think it's going to be a process, and one that we just have to just continue to work hard.
You're the 10th coach in NCAA Division I history to lead 3 different programs to the NCAA tournament. To what do you attribute your success in winning at so many different schools?
Pretty good players. At Pepperdine, SC, and here, we've had some good players. Finally now we've built a team up. We've recruited the last 3 or 4 years and got a roster that we want and that we're proud of. But I think it's just setting goals and then being patient. At Pepperdine, it took us till our 5th year to get to the tournament. And here it took us to our 4th year. And again, when you're building on a mid-major level, you're not going to get 2 5-star players that are going to turn it around like that. You've got to get good players, then you've got to develop them. And that's what happened. I mean, we took our lumps for 3 years, and 4th year we were pretty good, and our 5th year I think we're going to be pretty good. And we're still young even next year. We're looking to the future, and I feel that the assistants are recruiting very, very well. So I think it's just staying patient, staying the course, recruiting good players, developing talent, and then you always have a shot to be successful and get to the tournament.
Coach, you returned 5 starters from last year, including the Player of the Year, Brianna Freeman, who's the pretty much unanimous Player of the Year coming in the preseason. I mean, what do you hope for? I mean, you're sitting and loaded.
I don't know if we're loaded. You know, I guess when you're picked to win the conference, you got to manage expectations. So that's what I'm kind of doing now. You know, I'm managing the expectations. I mean, it'd be nice to say, hey, you know, we should win 25. And each season is different. Each team chemistry is different. You know, each season has its own heartbeat. You know, and so you just have to. You have to go out there and, you know, we were picked to finish 5th last year. You know, we won the conference. I mean, a team that's picked to finish 5th this year could win the conference. You know, Cal State Bakersfield is very strong. They could win it. Seattle's very strong, has a Hall of Fame coach. They could win it. So, again, we have to manage expectations. Just because you're getting 5 people back or, you know, or you're getting the conference player of the year back doesn't guarantee that you're going to win another championship. What's going to guarantee it is teamwork, hard work, chemistry, all those things. Because like I said, every season, every game almost has its own identity and its own personality, and every season is like that too. But I'll tell you what, the one constant will be that we'll play hard and we'll be prepared and we'll give 100% on the basketball floor. And at the end of the day, if that scoreboard says we won, then, you know, we won. And if it says we lost, as long as we give 100%, we'll be fine.
This is the 35th anniversary of NCAA women's basketball. You've been around the game for a while now. How have you seen it evolve as long as you've been a head coach?
Well, you know, it's I think, you know, the skill level, you know, has picked up. You know, I see better shooters than I did 5 years ago. You know, kids that can dribble, pass, and shoot. You know, sometimes I would recruit a kid that can shoot, but she couldn't dribble, and sometimes she can dribble and pass, but she couldn't shoot. And now I've got I got 5 or 6 or 7 kids that can actually dribble, pass, and shoot. So skill level's up, and it makes it a game that's more entertaining to watch. I mean, we want people to come out to our games in Las Cruces. We started getting 2,000-3,000 people a game by the end of the season, but we want them to come out. But if they're going to come out and spend their hard-earned money, you know, we've got to give them a product that has value to them. And value means that they're not going to come in and watch a game and watch a team shoot 25% from the field and turn the ball over 24 times. They want to see, you know, a team that flows and gets up and down the floor and can hit open shots and can handle the ball and make good passes. And if we do that, you know, then people are going to come out. And I think, getting back to your question, I think that's how the game is evolving right now. I think the skill level has picked up, and I think it's every year it becomes more fun to watch, especially with the new rules. You know, when we instituted, you know, we started calling hand checking and, you know, bumping the cutter and all. We opened up the game a little more, and that's the kind of game we play. We try to go 4 out and try to dribble, penetrate, kick, shoot a lot of threes, get to the rim, and I just think that style, the game has evolved into that style.
Obviously, like you said, you return 5 starters, but are there any younger players or players that kind of saw more of the bench last year that you think might be able to step up this year and really help out your team?
Yeah, Tamara Williams was like our 6th, 7th man last year. Athletic ability off the charts. I mean, great defensive player. She's worked on her shots. She's going to get valuable minutes. And we've got a freshman that has been very, very impressive in practice, Brooke Salas, who's really doing a good job right now and is pushing for a starting position as a freshman right now. So, and then the two big kids, the freshmen, are really, really going to help us. I think that was our weakness last year, especially when we played size in the post. And I think the new kids are really, really going to give us depth and size and the ability to be a little more flexible offensively and defensively.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.